Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with my good friend, and seems to be the more popular of the two of us, Stephen Gentner. I don't know why. Like, people are like, "Oh, I really like that Stephen guy." I'm like, "What am I, like chopped liver? What is it?
Well,
What is
I
this?"
just keep paying, it's
Yeah, it's weird. I was like, people kept on saying, "Oh, I really like Stephen." I'm like, "That Stephen guy."
I got this Stephen right here. Karate
It's
chops. Aye.
like Judo Man time. Get the Judo
My
Man
man.
power. So yeah, so it was weird. So people keep on going on, but oh, I like Steven. I was getting very jealous. I must admit. So I'll say hi to the chat. No Steven love. We don't like that kind of attitude around here. Okay. Um. Hey, Kim Munin. Hey, Matt. So
Mr.
yeah.
Man.
So and hi, Lyle.
Hello, Lyle.
Oh,
Mr. Epoch.
hi.
You
Hey,
too?
Susan. That was cute. That was really cute. Hey, Epoch. So yeah, that was really cute. You said,
Just in the other room.
I know, that's why it was so cute. Um and hi JSS Brooklyn.
JSS.
So yeah, so that was funny. So yeah, so one thing have to do a little bit of housekeeping, just a quick,
Sure.
push of my comic. I'm super excited about this comic. Like, as it gets closer and closer to actually paying for itself, I'm getting more and more excited about it. It's like one of
Where are
those
you?
things.
Where are you now? Where are you at now? It
Uh,
was well over
so
4 when I saw it.
it's I don't know, like I always see it in the Canadian dollar version, so it's at
Hmm,
6,100 Canadian. So whatever that translates into US. So
4,200.
yeah, so it's almost there. I'd say it's like halfway
Yeah,
ish.
you're pushing halfway done in just 3 days, 2 days.
Yeah, so if I can get there, I'd be super happy. And then if I can double that, then I get the next comic, which is
Oh, I just
that's the
think it's
goal,
great.
right? And I have a whole bunch of characters that I want to do, so I'm super excited about that. But yeah, so I put the link into the description. I'm not sure if it still works in terms of getting the bonus comic, but I think it does.
Well, it's worth a try.
Yeah, so if it does, you get it. If you don't, oh, I'm sorry, I tried. I tried. I really did
May
try.
I provide a very slight tutorial
Sure.
for the
Oh yes,
Kickstarter
yes.
athlete?
So just quickly, just about that.
Okay.
Steven actually supported the comic. I really do appreciate. I want to say thank you, by the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You supported the comic, and you actually were almost like the beta test for the experience of buying the comic. Um, at Epoch, I would recommend you don't like the way it works is you don't pay for it until it actually ends.
July.
So it's July 8th that it actually charges your card. So I recommend, if you can, try using the link now because you get a free exclusive comic. I know that there's only about 30 of them, so it's exclusive. You get that as a bonus. So I recommend it, just so you know.
See,
Um, don't
all
worry.
you're doing, Epoch, all you're doing right now is you're making a pledge.
Yeah,
And then
you're not.
once all the monies necessary to produce the book are in hand, at that point, our credit cards are then charged.
Yeah,
But
it's after the fact.
until that time, there is no charge.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. That is what I'm trying to say. Um, so yeah, Stephen, actually, could you give like your experience? Or I know you didn't have necessarily the best
The answer is
experience.
this: when I went onto the site, what I learned is this: it's it is very specific in how you do what you do, and the way it was set up by Alan's partner, it was in such a way that when you would order a certain either bundle or a given type of book, one of the book covers,
Hmm.
there would be a group of stuff underneath there that you could do as
As
add-on.
add-ons, yeah.
Okay, so let's say what I ordered was I ordered there was
Yeah,
one that
you were
he
the
ordered,
awesome thing.
and I wanted to help Alan,
That
but
was
of
in my
course I
shopping
wanted
cart.
to. It's the one that had the one piece of original art, and
Hmm.
then it gives you both of the Bill Moss, Maus,
Yep.
uh, Judy of the Jungle books. One is naughty and one is nice, and then
Sure.
also it gives me a holographic one. Okay, one of one, and then underneath it, then it says you can add on. So then you can add on everything that's underneath there. Okay, and then you get down to the bottom. It shows you how much your pledge is, and then you hit the pledge button, and they ask your credit card information, what have you. So the way it was for me, I wanted to remove because I double ordered on the Judy of the Jungle, and so
Hmm.
I would like to get rid of that.
Do that and then get the Miss
But
Fury.
the way it was set up was this: in order for me to do that, I had to basically back out of my pledge completely and then go back in and then redo the whole thing. So as far as being able to change stuff once you've made your order is not easy, if at all. So
You
as
can do it. It's just that you risk the missing out on the item, especially
in
because
other
you
words,
bought that one
I
of one thing.
that's see what for me what it was I didn't want to, and I'm going to keep doubles because I don't want to back out and have somebody come in who could come in an instant and take it
And
from me.
grab the, yeah.
I already captured it. I'm not going to give
Mhm.
it up. So
Mhm.
when you're going through looking at the various things now, supposedly now what it is if you go, like if you're going to buy one of the books is Bullet Girl, and let's say you pledge you're going to buy Bullet Girl, and
Okay.
there is Bullet Girl by Larry Welts.
Yep.
Isn't that cool?
Okay. So
Um,
keep on going.
and
I'm just showing it
all
as you're
right,
saying.
and so what you do, so then as you do that, then you look down below before you pledge anything, and you can see all the ones that you can add on. So as you go down, figure out all the ones you want to add on or not add on, but just make sure, just take your time and see if you like it, and then do it. And then when you're sure what you want to do, then hit the pledge button, okay? And that way, then you're home free. If you try to change something later on, it's difficult, if not impossible. And that's my fault because I acted in haste, and then when I got it, then I had to try to change it, and then I couldn't. So learn from profit from my experience, and just as you go through, take your time as you're going through it, and click off the ones that you want or you don't want. Make sure whatever you want, and then
Yeah,
the
Matt is sold
$99
out.
packages are
That's
sold out.
sold out. Yeah,
The
all
90,
the $99 ones are sold out.
but
But
it's all,
I have
but
an
there are
announcement about that. I get an
okay, but
announcement
there
about
are
that.
5 books for $99. You save a buck. So if you bought all
Oh,
5 of
no, no,
those,
you get the bonus with that.
oh, that's right, there is a bonus book.
The bonus book
But
is the cool one.
nevertheless, for the actual books themselves, it's just a buck.
Yeah,
There's an extra book that you would have gotten. But if you use Alan's link now,
you get a
there's a good
different bonus
chance
book,
that
but
you'll get the special book from Alan's link as well. And frankly, I don't know if I got that because while I was doing
you'll
this,
get it. You'll
I
get it.
kept
I'll make
oh,
sure. Oh, I
and so in other words, I kept saying, well, how do I? And then it says, you've asked too many questions. Now you can't do anything for a while. Call back later. And so
mhm.
I'm going, what do I do? What do I do? So then I backed out, and then I went back in. I had restarted my computer a couple times. It was a mess. So, but all of that was because I didn't know the rules of the game. And the rules of the
Mhm.
game are you have to be pretty sure about what you're doing. Be sure about what you're doing, and that way then you solve the problem. And remember this, especially to you, Epoch. Remember, just because you pledge now does
You
not
don't.
mean money is coming out. No
Yeah,
money comes out until into July the 8th. At the earliest is
yeah.
July the
That's
8th.
the earliest. I think it's around that time, usually within a
Yeah,
couple days,
because
right?
that's assume and they've already met their goals. They're I mean they said $1,000 or 2,500,
There's
and there are
zero.
other variants that are unlocked at the same time. Those you'll have to figure out how to get those. Alan will tell you that. How do you
Mhm.
get on the ones that then become available when we hit these different thresholds and stuff like that? It is a
So
rather
there's
rigid it is a rather rigid system. So
yeah.
for the first blush, as you go in, this is what you have to do. And that's I just wanted to have you profit from what I did. So I hope that's clear to you. If you have any questions, hit us in the chat, and then I will be happy to address it with you, or Alan, we can address it for you to make it as easy as possible. Because I want you to know, if when you see all of this artwork that Alan commissioned, and you will also be gratified to know that all of the prose in this book that he is
It was written
producing,
by me.
all of those were written by Alan. So
Yeah.
you know you're going to get the straight dope on it because he is
Mhm.
a straight dope. And this is the good thing about it, is that you have that. That's a compliment, Alan. Um,
Okay. I'm not sure about that, but sure. We'll pretend. We'll pretend it was a compliment.
take it from another dope.
Yeah.
So, but that is that those are the keys to the kingdom on this. Just be sure as you go through. So there you go.
Yeah. So I agree with what Fiddle Chip says. It really, they don't necessarily make it easy.
Thank you,
Um,
Fiddle Chips.
yeah. But please just bear with. It's not me that's not making it
Worth
easy.
the effort. It's well worth the effort.
And I will, like, if you guys ever have any problems with it, ask me, and I'll do whatever I can. You can comment on the actual like Kickstarter, and we do try to resolve it. Like, we do all our best to do it. Um, One of the things that I've, like, my partner is the one that's doing all the unlocking of different tiers and stuff. So today, for example, I just got some original artwork, or not original artwork, but original, like, what it's going to look like, right? The pictures of the original artwork, I should say. Um, I didn't realize we got actually kind of a cute one. It's cute. It's not so sexy. It's less on the sexy side, more on the cute side. The person that did Sky Girl is the one that does the artwork for My Little Pony.
Oh, that'll be very cool. Do
It's
you have a
so
picture?
it's really, no, I don't have it, but it's wait for it. It's cute. It's actually quite cute. It's you can if you if Sky Girl and My Little Pony had a child,
This is it.
this is it. So it's quite cute. It's funny. So and there'll be this kind of stuff happening throughout the month where I'll be getting different like incentive things. Actually, I'm trying to convince my partner, because he's the one that's managing all the printing, that one of the artworks that we're doing, and I printed this one out just to show it, is the Dan Yago. Okay, so this is a character
And
known as
this is the guy who draws the character Mandy.
Mandy.
So
Yes,
this is Mandy in cosplay as Moon Girl.
Moon
So
Girl.
they have Mandy cosplay, and this is what you get. And on the site, she's in color.
Yeah, yeah, she's in color. So I had the original sketch, not the a photograph of the original sketch, I should say. So what's interesting though is we're gonna come out, I think in this week, I think it is. There's gonna be a nude variant where it's not quite nude. It's like the top kind of part kind of slips down. It's like risque, so what I was trying to ask my partner, because I like my gimmicky covers, right? I was trying to get him to do a lame tickler where it's like the naughty nice.
Alan, you are freezing episodically, just so that you know.
Oh, okay. So did you guys get that? So um I want to do a lenticular cover with that character. And what it'll be is the naughty nice. So you
Cool.
I
Can you do
I
that? Are they going to
I
do that?
we're gonna do it, but it'll be expensive. So just the printing costs are over $25 per copy. So that's just the
Well,
printing costs.
I'm down for one. Count me as
Yeah,
one.
so I'm thinking that will come out, like, it'll probably be like $100. I'm gonna guess, like, it's not gonna be cheap. It's like it is what it is. I'm gonna buy one too. So
Well,
just
Alan,
saying.
that's wonderful. I wanted to thank you right now for the wonderful gift of the cover. I appreciate it very
Hi,
much. Thank
Kelly. So I will do my best to make sure that things like that, if those drop, it might not drop when I know about it. So what I'll do is, if I hear anything that's going to drop, I will give people on this that are watching this channel sort of a inside scoop, like before things drop, so that maybe you guys can pick it up, like, because it's not just people that watch this channel that are buying the comic. Just so you know, the comic is going out to a group of about 500 or 1,000 people that have bought the other guys' Kickstarters. So they might get the jump on us as well. So we have to battle them out and get the books before other people do. So just so you know, hopefully, Stephen, I think it's you that's freezing. You're freezing up. You're frozen. Stephen is frozen right now. Do you guys see that? Are you?
I am?
Yeah, it's you that's freezing. It's not me.
Okay, it must be me. Am I still frozen?
No, you're not frozen. You've
Okay.
been thawed.
I'm
So
down at the beach. It's my fault again, right?
it's always your fault.
Okay, good. I'm good. I'm good with it.
Okay. So yes, Team Allen assemble. So did you catch what I just said, by the way?
No, I didn't.
You're just smiling. So I was just talking about you and, talking about your mom and all the bad things I could think of. But don't worry, it was all good.
Okay, fair enough. I look forward to the replay.
No, no, I just was saying that there's other people that have access to this comic. It's
Who may
not
get
just,
ahead of us.
well, I'm going to try to make sure that people on this thing get the first access. So I'm trying to I give you
Okay.
guys the little tips. If I know beforehand, I'll try to announce it to my group first before this other group of potential, people listening.
Buyers.
Yeah, buyers. Okay. Because you did well, by the way, getting that one-off one. Like that was the one book I was like, one thing I would have liked. I was like, I might buy this myself. This is like too cool. So because there's not, most of the artwork has been digitized. So there's very little in terms of this comic that is it's done in the modern style where everyone digitizes everything. So that is probably one of the few actual pieces of original art for this comic, which is very
Why
cool.
don't you? I've seen an approximation of it. They give you just a sort of a thumbnail of what it looked like,
It looks
but it
good.
was a one of one. I don't even know what my holographic picture or my holographic one of one comic is going to look like. If it's a
I don't
Jan
know
of the
either.
Jungle or Jen of the Jungle or what it is.
No, it'll be a surprise.
Beauty of the Jungle. By the way, did you change to Senorita Rio?
I can't. It doesn't change. You can't change it.
Okay.
I think with space was why he wrote it that way. It was just like how much characters of space that he had, so he kind of don't cancel your order. It won't be on news. It won't be on newsprint. What do you mean newsprint? No, it's going to be
That's the
high quality.
interior. The interior. It's going to be a cover stock, isn't it, Alan?
It's going to be it's going to be good stuff.
Just like regular new book, it's going to be cover stock all the way through.
Yeah, it's going to be high quality book. Yeah. Like I've seen the other books that he's published or printed, really high quality.
Yeah, but
So
books today pretty much are all just plain cover stock. They don't do newsprint anymore.
yeah, it's not newsprint. No, no.
There are some books that have newsprint. If you want newsprint, it's like silver, gold, silver, and copper.
Okay, thank you, Zach. So,
Well, we don't want to
so
dirty
yeah, so
cool.
but okay, I actually have. Oh my goodness, it's actually heavy. I didn't realize when I tried to lift it in an awkward way. A fragile box. So I actually have something not just to babble about my comic, and which I'm excited about, but I have like a cool unboxing. This is normally I don't do unboxings unless I record it, but this time I'm going to do a live unboxing with you guys. So I got to get a little bit of the story behind this. This is from Pockets
Plural.
full of comics, and he got not an inheritance because but he basically got his grandfather's comics, and there was some pretty great stuff involved. So I bought a ton of things from him, and he's using that funds from that to buy Tales to Astonish 13, which is the first Groot. So this is just a big box of comics from Pockets full of comics. So is it Lyle? Is it me that's having the connection issues? We can't blame Steven? I gotta blame Steven. Please let me blame Steven. So is it me? Am I lagging?
You're hissing. That's all right. Go ahead. I'll take it.
Okay. I'll try not to
I'll
hiss.
take the brunt.
Okay, I'll try not to say, yeah. So yes, way to go, Tyler. So I bought a bunch of stuff from Tyler. It's like there's a weird echo. I think it's on your end though.
I don't think so.
Is your wife
The
listening?
only thing I have open
No, no, no.
is
Is your wife listening to us in the other room?
you can't reach it. So turn your volume down. It's all the way down.
Oh, okay. Now
Now
it sounds good.
you've blamed me again.
No, I
And
blamed your wife this time.
yeah, and then you blame my wife. You know, pretty soon you're going to start blaming my dog.
Okay, one sec here. Oh, I think it's Champ. Champ's causing all the problems. Actually, make the light of freezing. Steven, you changed office. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, what I did was I removed my VPN because I thought that was causing a problem, and then it recycled, and now I'm here with you without a VPN, so everyone knows where I am. Of course, they know where I am anyway.
No, they don't know where you are.
And
It's like
little
through
boy with
Steam.
the little boy with the cowboy hat behind me. His name is he's a character. I'll give you a hint. He's a character for the cereal Malto Meal from the 50s.
Oh yes, you. Wait, I know it because you said
I'll
it's.
let you tell him, Alan.
No, you. What's the? It's something Pomo. Oh, you told me about it so many times. I'm just like once you say it, I'll know it.
Uh, I'll wait.
Mapo.
That's it. I want my
See, I
Mapo,
knew it. I
and
was like,
it's
yeah.
his name is Marty Mapo, and he was this little eared guy. If
He's
you
not
go on
Howdy
you,
Doody. He's Mapo boy.
no, he's Marty Mapo, and I want my Mapo. And the father it's an animated thing, a black and white animation. If you go on YouTube and go Mapo commercial.
Mapo. Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, I thought it really was funny. And then the father's trying to fly the spoon into his mouth, and stuff. And then he accidentally, the kid hits his hand and it goes into his mouth and he goes, and he starts eating. And then the kid starts going, I want my maple.
He does
That's
look
the
like
ad.
a shaved. He does look like a shaved gnome. No, I think they're referring to you, Stephen.
Marky Mapo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It looks different up close. So it's Marky Mapo.
These lookalikes. And actually, he's actually a bank. He has
Yeah, he looks like a bank. He
he's
looks like a bank.
he's rubberized. He's a rubberized character. I actually bought him in an antique and collectible show or antique and collectible shop down here in Seaside. I'm in
really
Seaside,
cool.
Oregon right now, down on the beach.
But that's really cute. I really like that. That's really nice. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. So that I always like those little collectibles and doodads and stuff. They're cute. So okay. So back to my story. You guys totally interrupted me. But by the way, hey K-pop.
Hello, K-pop.
So yeah. So what was I saying? So yeah, these are from Pockets Full of Comics, and it's a bunch of slabs and it's a bunch of raw books. I think it's like 30 some odd books in here. So I'm not even sure how he got everything to fit into this one box, but we'll find out. So I'm putting it back on the floor because it's too heavy to hold all day, and we're gonna open it up. So do you guys want to see the raws first or the slabs first? Oh my goodness, and you put a whole bunch of non-bagged and boarded ones in here too. It's like just a little bit of chaos in here. Okay, so there's actually 3 levels of comics in here. There's slabs, there's raw comics. Actually, he sent them very simply, but it arrived very safely. So yeah. Oh wow, now Collecto 6 is in here. Hey, Collecto 6.
Hi.
So yeah. So invite. Do you want to invite Big B? That might be hard to do.
I don't have the ability to. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Big B. I didn't know that you'd be available, so I basically assumed that you wouldn't be, so I didn't send you the link. Sorry. But I'll be seeing. Oh, speaking of Big B, I'll be on Big B's channel later tonight. So Big B, I'll hang out with you later tonight. So sorry that I didn't send you the link. I didn't realize because usually he's not available at this time.
Andrea says to go for the the raw books first.
Okay, so we'll go from
And
like
Epoch just backed the Bullet Girl and
oh,
Black
nice.
Cat covers through the tour link. So
Oh,
used to
very
back
cool.
projects on Indiegogo. I forgot Kickstarter. Don't take the money right away.
Yeah,
Monet.
that's right. Yeah, they don't.
They'll take
Okay.
Rembrandts and Van Gogh, but they won't take Monets. I'm sorry.
They don't take Monets. One sec here. Okay, these are raw comics. Oh my goodness. Really raw and really okay, actually some good ones in here. I actually like this first one. These are raw, low grade comics. So he's basically giving me these are freebies. This is freebie stuff. So like but these are cool freebies. One sec here. Okay. So first one. Okay, can I make you small? I'll get rid of you. Sorry. you're still there, but so the first one is Little Lulu. But I like these ones. I've been trying to get more turkey covers just because if I ever do these where I do my challenges and I do like a Thanksgiving one, it's always good to have like turkey covers. So we got Little Lulu being a bit of a turkey. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah. See the back. It's in rough shape, but it's still nice. And then oh, the father's reading, by the way. Look what the father's reading. How to Kill a Turkey. So that's why Little Lulu.
Well, the turkey is getting out with Lulu, so the turkey doesn't get the chop. You see.
Basically, that's the idea. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Now he sent me some coverless ones. So Bob Hope. I actually don't know which one of this is. This is Bob Hope number 75. That just shows you how long the series ran. And you can see actually these are good because you can kind of look at the art inside. And it's a lot of, good girl stuff going on. The Bob Hope stuff had a lot of good girl art in it. One sec here. Let me find some more. I have some nice stuff. Yeah. So that's free. I like this kind of stuff. Okay, so then the next one. I don't know why the front covers of these are missing. The back cover is here, but the front cover is gone. And this is Little Dot Volume 1, number 81. Little Dot. Okay. Oh, he actually had 2 copies of the same book. I don't know why. And both coverless. Okay, wait. Are you responding to people in the chat?
I am trying to.
Okay, good. You manage the chat.
Matt says that Bob Hope ran for 109 issues.
Yeah, actually,
Bob was known to have had a few good girls himself.
Hey, you might as well. If you're going to be a celebrity, that's one of the benefits, right? I'm not sure what this one is. Queen of Heartbreak. This is it doesn't say because the cover's missing. So it's Charlton Comics, some romance one probably. And then there's another one, A1300, I think. So another one missing the front and back cover. But these are like, interesting. I don't know. And then some more Little Lulu. This one's in really rough shape.
I remember back in the day when I was in a club for some old MGM musicals, and the gal that ran the thing was a huge Little Lulu fan because she said Little Lulu didn't take anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's in other words, Little Lulu doesn't get mad. Little Lulu gets even.
Oh, wow. Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
That's the way she says. I like that. Lulu doesn't take it lying down at all.
So those were all bonus comics. Those were all free. So I generally don't buy coverless copies. But this is now the next stack. So we're going up levels as we do this. This next stack is just like a lot of books. I'm actually going to tell you, I paid 250 for these, and I paid that based on I thought the grades looked pretty rough. But we'll see. We'll see. I think this first one actually looks really solid though. Um, so this is a Dale Evans, number 7. Or no, sorry. What issue number is it? Number 3. Dale Evans, number 3.
Early.
Yeah, so I'm not super familiar with Dale Evans. I know
52.
that.
Well, she was Roy Rogers' wife.
Yeah,
But
you've
that's
just
not
summarized my
that's
whole knowledge
but
of her.
that's not her regular horse though. That looks like she's riding the Lone Ranger's horse, Silver.
Yeah, it
But
does look like that. Yeah.
but the one that she rode was actually a paint, and its name was
Yeah,
Buttermilk.
you'll see that in 1 second here. So the next book that I picked up was Dale Evans number 1.
That's Buttermilk right there.
That's Buttermilk right there. And she's a cute girl in her own little way. So yeah. So
She had very much the Lois Lane sort of thing going on
mhm.
with Roy Rogers in the shows. She'd get all bent out of shape and everything else, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's number 1. See, you can see it's a little rough. Like look at the corner there. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was kind of basing the price on the grades. So then we got Romantic Western. I have number 1 of this. This is another issue. Number 2. So now I have 1 and 2 of this series. Both have photo covers. So yeah, another series that and then we got some Pep comics. This one's a cute one. So Pep Comics number 85 from 1951, and it's a Joe Edwards cover. I guess that's what he says. I don't know, but I guess Joe Edwards.
That's a new one on me, but I don't know. He's probably right.
He wrote it on the back, so I'm just going by what he's saying here. But this is cute. She's looking, Archie, would you like to look at something cute? And then he's looking at the other girl and saying, I'm looking.
Look how you can tell the time on that. Look how long their skirts are.
Oh yeah, they're quite long. So that's like early 50s, right?
I would say probably early mid, I think.
It's supposed to be 1951.
That's early then.
Yeah. So then the next one is a Laugh, and this is Laugh number 51. And then this is a Bill Woogan cover. Only 2 on the census. So yeah, kind of cute. They're going to put a tack on his seat. And then he's putting a tack on the guy's. It's sort of like a chain reaction.
They look like mouse traps more than tacks.
Oh, is it? No, sorry. Yes, you're right. It is mouse traps. Yes. Oh, in the next issue of Laugh, Archie gets drafted. Wow. That's pretty crazy.
What, for Korea?
Yeah, that would be for the Korean War. This is 1952.
So he would have been drafted into Korea? I never heard about that.
Yeah. So
did he get out because he had freckles?
Yeah, he should, right? Oh, I think he's joking. I think he's joke. It was a joke. Okay.
Because there were a lot of characters that did get drafted or basically went into the service. There were a lot of characters in War II. I know that they would be involved in that.
And then we got Archie 61. So I mean, these are quite nice. I think. Little rough, like you can see the spine on it is just totally mangled. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, it's still cool. Little one that I didn't have for my collection. And then this is another series that I seem to be getting a lot of these ones. My friend Irma. I'd like to buy a fire.
It's a fire sale, you see.
Yeah. I'd like to buy a fire. See, that makes total sense. Very cute.
Is it Dan DeCarlo?
Yes, it is.
And that would be an Atlas comic, I'm assuming.
Yes, I think so. Right there, you can see the little Atlas
Oh,
globe.
okay, yeah.
So yeah, so very nice cover actually. That's very cute. Dan DiCarlo is a great artist. Um, and this one is totally mangled, but actually I think it could be fixed. One sec here. I'm just gonna do some some restoration. Just in a second here. Just bear with me. It's so funny. When he bagged the bags, look, it's backwards, right? Oh well, one sec here. I'm gonna do something. Just bear with me. I think I can fix this a little bit. I was gonna try to make this book present a little bit better. One sec here. Bear with me. It'll be worth it. You'll be like, oh wow, that's an awesome book. One sec here. It'll all be worth it once I finish this. Oh, this is looking so much better. Okay. So one sec here. Flatten it. I'm doing all this like restoration here. Okay, so I just fixed this book a little bit. So Romantic Hearts. I don't know who did this cover. What does he say on the back? Oh, Bill Frescio? Frescio? And only 2 on the census. But when he first put this comic in, this whole section was folded. That's why I fixed it. So, now it looks a little bit more complete and pretty. What do you think of that one?
I like it. It's cute. It's the again, it's the trope of the guy that's got the gal looking in from the outside looking in kind of thing.
Yeah.
At
There's
least they aren't
always,
skating backward onto thin ice, right?
yeah, that's usually what happens, right? But no thin ice this time. So yeah, but I think it's a good one. I think he's the same guy. Is he the same guy? No, it's a different guy. I was thinking it was the same guy that did what's it called?
Chaffee?
No, uh, it's the one that I told you about. Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, I was thinking it was the
No,
same guy, but
he's a different
his
guy.
name is Fragio or something like that. So it's similar, is my point. But yeah, it's not the same name.
There's a cookie.
There's a cookie, and yeah, the dog is huge. So it's cookie. Actually, there's some really cool cookies, by the way. Not just for Good Girl, but there's like the ones with the 3D stuff is in cookie as well. I think there's 2 issues that have like the black, where they did the black border and made everything look 3D.
Yeah.
They did that with cookie. So there's that one. I actually have a bunch of cookies. I don't know. It's kind of a weird one. And then we got them on the book. Look, Cookie, the guy with the motorcycle, just like ours. And so
Uh,
I think they stole
Cookie.
the.
Cookie is the guy. That's funny. I thought Cookie was the girl. I guess
No,
not.
Cookie's the guy.
Okay. What a
Um,
goofball.
yeah. So I think he stole the policeman's bike by accident. So yeah, so there's that. Okay. And then another title that you see a lot is A Date with Judy. I think this was another one of those radio shows, right?
Yes. Another
Yeah,
title they had was Leave It to Binky.
yeah. Another title that they did was Leave It to
But a
Binky.
lot of those were by Oxner. I don't know who did this one.
Okay, he didn't label it. It doesn't say, so I don't know. I think it's Oxner because it's similar to the style of Leave It to Binky. If he did those, then it looks very similar style. Okay, this one I always wanted to have one of these because just the title, but Girl Comics. I thought this was kind of cool. I think
Nice.
this is who did this one? It doesn't say on the back. I can't sound smart. But yeah, it's just kind of a cool looking one. Very nice girl in the red dress.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. And we talked about Binky. Here's Binky. Leave it to Binky. Archie is the cause for the baby boom. That's cute. Oh, maybe in Canada, but not Our Lady.
You know
So,
that yeah.
hi, Steve. Okay, so I try to respond to the chat. Your job is to respond to the chat.
I have been.
Okay. Win a beautiful doll. No thanks, I got one. That's actually a great line. So yeah. It's weird that he bagged and boarded these all backwards. it's like, okay, and then we got Romantic Hearts number 11. This is quite nice. I don't know who did the cover.
Which company is that?
This one, I have no idea. Here, one sec here. I'm gonna take it out and then find out. I feel like I have to take them out anyway since they're bagged and boarded incorrectly. Let me just. Oh, actually, he put it on the back. It's John Fort. And who did this? This is number 11. It was published by Master Comics.
So is it Fawcett?
Does Fawcett own Master Comics as well?
I think that Master Comics was.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so I flipped it around. Now it's in the bag properly, at least. One sec here. Oh. Still a lot more to go. Okay, so he put the little sticker on it. So it's John Fort did the cover, but a really nice cover, actually. I'm not super familiar with the artist.
John Fort is the one who did the Legion of Superheroes.
Ah, okay. I knew their name, but I wasn't.
And he also did some really nice. He did some nice Good Girl stuff. I think Murder Incorporated #1. I think he did the cover for that one with the gal shooting the guy in a red.
Oh wow!
She's in a red dress. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so that is Fawcett, the Master Comics, and then we got Youthful Romances.
I think that Youthful Romance is a very unusual thing because they have a scenario with the characters, and then they have an inset bubble that's a photograph.
I know, that's really odd.
I have one that has all of the lifeguard with all the girls around him.
And then they have this silly photo.
And the picture is Les Paul and Mary Ford. And I don't, how do Les Paul and Mary Ford figure into a lifeguard with a bunch of girls?
No idea. But actually, you know, it's interesting. The spotlight goes right onto the photo.
Well, I think that's Stony Tony Bennett, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Tony Bennett. Yeah. So yeah, you can see that, right? Tony Bennett.
That's an early.
And it's also got the trope again of the girl kind of pining over the guy that's with.
Oh, from a distance, yeah. She's why doesn't he like me? Oh. So and interesting, the guy doesn't even get a red dress out of it. Look at that.
I know he doesn't have. It's not a red dress. She's got a yellow dress. So yeah. Okay. Tony Bennett. Okay. And then we got Sweethearts. Nice photo cover. It's sad how these photo covers don't really get much love.
Well, the thing is, and the way I look at it, I know the way you look at it too, or at least I think you do, is that if it's got if someone penciled and inked it, it's more fun because it's art rather than just a photograph.
That's true. That's
true. And when you have that, for example, on the whatever it was, the one from Quality, where the first issue was Bill Ward, a beautiful Bill Ward, true something or another. And then all the rest of them are photo covers.
That's the worst.
But the #1 is the best one because it's got it has a Bill Ward
cover. Is that Diary Secrets or Diary Love or
no? That's a St. John. I can't think of the name of what it is. Diary Romance or something. She's a bad.
This is like, you can tell. I mean, this one must have been successful. This is Sweethearts, and it's issue 102. I mean, that's like a really long.
Whenever I see that, I go, my God, there's 101 other issues of this thing?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
First one I've ever seen.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
And each one of those things were printed in the thousands.
Oh yeah, yeah, massive print runs on them, massive. Okay, so now we're getting to the good stuff of this raw collection. We got some Patsy Walker. I'm actually getting a pretty good run of Patsy Walker, by the way.
It's a great
This,
title. I like it.
yeah, me too. This is Patsy Walker number 11. I don't know who did the artwork though. Was it like Ken Bald or one of those guys?
I can't tell for sure.
Has a
It
big
could be because he's good at faces. That does look, or it's Ken Bald like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it kind of has that look to it to me. Okay. And then we got Fritzy Ritzy
Fritzy Ritz.
Fritzy Ritz. This is the comic that brought, we got the Snoopy from. So this is United Comics 24. Now United Comics 21 was the first Snoopy. So I'm actually going to open this one up.
And see if Snoopy, the peanuts are in there.
Yeah, I'm going to look for some peanuts. Are there peanuts inside? This one is in really rough shape, I can tell. The spine is completely shattered. But I am going to risk it for you guys, for the entertainment of my audience.
What a guy.
What a guy. What a guy. And let's see. This would be an early appearance of Snoopy, or of the peanuts if they're in here. One sec here. Not looking very promising. So, what is this? We got some Snoopy. And see how
Excellent. I like the early Snoopy
they're
with the
kind of
ears.
cute in a way, aren't they?
And the heads are much rounder.
Yeah. Like like Charlie Brown's head is like, it kind of looks like what's
The
it called?
moon.
Family Guy. You know Family Guy, the little baby Stewie?
Yeah, Stewie.
He looks like Stewie.
Oh, I wish I could kill her. Why won't you change my diaper? I feel like I'm in India.
Yeah, exactly. It's like awesome. So yeah, so that's it. Just the 2 pages of peanuts.
That's all right. At least there's some in there.
Yeah, no, isn't that cool? So this is really early
And
peanuts.
Alan, wasn't the name? It was not called Peanuts to begin with. Wasn't it called Little Folks?
I think it was called Peanuts. Just so you know. I'll go back to it and prove to you that it is called Peanuts. Now I gotta find it again. It actually does say Peanuts. That's why I knew.
I mean, before it was in the book. I mean, I think that's what.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm not sure about that part, but
maybe Mr. Matt can tell me.
yeah, look it up, somebody. Okay, wait. I gotta now put this book back. I gotta turn. I'm turning the bag around, so because it's like it was driving me crazy that their bag's backwards. Okay. Okay, one sec here.
Sparkler Comics.
What's Sparkler Comics?
Little Folks was trademarked. Trademarked to who?
All right, there we go. So it's
Cool.
Now it's in properly.
What is Fritzy Ritz's?
What?
The company named it Peanuts against Schultz's wishes.
Oh, really? Very cool. Oh, I don't know why peanuts. To tell you the truth, why peanuts?
Well, Schultz didn't understand either.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a name that now we associate to them, but like, if you're wondering what the company was, it was United Feature.
And what was the name of the boyfriend of Fritzy Ritz?
I don't know what his name is. Phil. His name is Phil. Are you hearing me, Steve? Are you still there?
Thank you.
Did you hear me or?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Phil. Because this one's also in really rough shape. I'm wondering who did the art on this one. Okay, so this is Girls' Romances. It's nice cover again. You got the the typical situation with the girls, right?
Big Me answered the question about little folks. That's what Charles Schultz wanted to call it.
Okay, so there was a concern about possible copyright infringement with the cartoon called Little Folks by Tack Knight that had been published in the 1930s. Okay. Uh,
He called it the strip with Snoopy for the rest of his life.
oh wow, that's really cool. I mean, that's sad that like his own thing got renamed on him. So yeah. Okay, so those are all the raw comics. So what did you think of that? Like,
Really good.
yeah. So I really didn't have much money when he offered all these, so I didn't, I just sort of offered what I could. But yeah. Okay, but I did pay a lot for these other books. Ugh. Okay, and the first one's a pretty cool one. This one, when you showed me this book, actually, it was you that showed me this book. I was super jealous. I thought, wow, that's such a great cover. Um, but you got the Canadian version. This is the American version of the same cover.
Ah, yes.
This is Patsy Walker number 37. And it's the first Atlas Globe. So it's the first time you see the Atlas Globe on the comic as well.
Isn't it fitting that it would be on one of the girl comics from Atlas out of all those titles that they would
Well,
do here?
well, at the time, if you think about it, Atlas was mostly good girl at that time, right? Like
Right.
you saw how many titles they had, right? That were all good girl. But I think this is just such a cute one. They got the girl with the big fish, and nobody cares. They're all taking a picture with the cute girl with the small
Susan
fish.
pointed out the other gal ain't exactly chopped liver. She's got a nice put together as well.
Actually, I think personally, I would actually go for the other girl. Like she's more my type. I kind of like the dark hair. I do like redheads though. But that's Hetty. That's Hetty DeVille, right? Or is it
Hetty Wolf. Hetty Wolf.
Hetty Hetty Wolf? And it's what's DeVille? It's
It's divine, I think.
Divine, not DeVille. I'm thinking another thing.
You're thinking of Cruella DeVille.
Cruella, but I mean, I thought it was Hetty DeVille, not
Uh,
DeVille. Divine.
it's Hetty Divine and Hetty Wolf.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
I
yeah.
would say something because there's a lot of head there at Atlas.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So yeah. This is Patsy. Well, I'll just ignore that. Okay. So and then we got some more Patsy Walker. This is Patsy Walker number 36. And I don't like when they do the strips along the side.
Yeah, but that's of the time. What can you
That's of
do?
the time. Yeah.
And I believe he said that's the only one on the census. Is that the one that was the only one on the census? One of one?
This one, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's not a bad cover. It's not a great cover. It's a Al Jaffee's story cover and art. So it's Al Jaffe. I always think of Al Jaffe with Mad Magazine.
I always think of Sam Jaffe as Gunga Din and also as the professor in Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, okay. Well, Al Jaffe is from Mad Magazine.
Al was his uglier cousin.
Maybe. And this is a really nice one. It's more Good Girl. Basically, I bought all his Good Girl comics. He didn't really care about them. So
Perhaps that. Well, I think they're great.
Yeah, this is the last issue of Millie the Nurse. I think it's one of the cuter ones. Where she's like, bandaging the guy even though he's not injured.
When I first looked at that, I thought those were shock paddles, for defibrillator. And she's got the shock paddle. She's going to zap him from behind or something.
Yeah, no, it looks like that at first, yeah. But this is, I guess, Howie Post did the cover. No, I like that one. I don't know. I think it was cool. Actually, I almost bought that one raw, like a raw copy of it. But, I prefer to get it slabbed. And then we got Millie the Model. And she's like, this is like, there's a current meme going around where it's like, would you rather meet a bear or a man in the forest? And this is kind of like that. Would you rather? She's not scared of the sharks. She's scared of the guy.
Yeah, he looks really threatening, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. She's like,
Looks like a
he's like,
Magoo.
yeah, he's like a bit of a Magoo. Yeah. Who cares about the sharks? It's cute though. So yeah, Stan Lee's story as well. That's
For
from
the most part, and
1950.
a lot of that stuff, Stan did everything that he could.
I know,
Very
it's
seldom,
amazing how many
very
books.
seldom if they give credit to another writer, because Stan was very frugal with the money because they really were not exactly rolling in it during that time.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting into some of the bigger ones soon. This one also has peanuts in it. This is peanuts. So the one that I just showed, the Fritzy Ritz was number 24. This is number 23. And as I was saying, number 21 is the first appearance of Snoopy and all those characters. So, but I think this one's kind of a cute cover.
Cool.
Fritzy Ritz, for some reason, not usually very expensive.
No, they're not, and there are a lot of them.
And they have really great covers though. Like, I mean, you know, some
Yeah,
good
the
girls.
one I like the best is in Topper, which is the one with him looking at a Nickelodeon
Oh
or a
yes, I
kaleidoscope,
have that.
and here
I
she is,
have
this
this.
beautiful babe, and
Who's ignoring her?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a funny one too. I got that one too. Okay, so we got 4 more to go, and we got some big ones. Who did the cover? Christopher Rule. So
Yeah.
this is True Secrets. Not a bad one. Nothing super awesome, but not bad. Again, the same situation. Guy with the girl, and then some other girl in the background, you know, getting all upset. So yeah.
Where was the price on that last Fritzy Ritz?
Yeah, I saw that comment. Yeah, it's at the very bottom.
Yeah, oddball, because usually your eye goes to the top right, and they
Yeah.
put their logo up there, and instead of just putting a small one underneath the Z, which is what they should have done,
Yeah,
they put
normally
it
it should
bottom
go
left.
right there, right?
Well,
But
the
I
reason
guess,
they put it up top was so that when they put it on the racks, you could see it.
yeah. But I mean, everything was 10 cents anyways, so maybe they didn't care. Yeah, it's kind of a weird one.
Hey,
Okay.
Alan, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Were 10-cent comics 10 cents in Canada?
Yes.
And they were Canadian dimes?
Probably. So
Would a Canadian dime buy a 10-cent American comic?
probably they were ripping Canadians off. At that time, the Canadian dollar was worth more. So for the longest time, Canadian money was actually worth more than US money. Because our dollar was associated to the pound.
In the late 50s and the 60s?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. It was actually only in the 80s that it kind of went below. You know,
well, they were both
after
silver.
Trudeau. It was after Trudeau.
Matt points out they were both silver, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Also, it was the Canadian dollar, kind of like the Canadian coin in the 70s, actually kind of lost value during Trudeau. Trudeau Senior kind of killed the Canadian dollar.
Well, good thing you got Junior, because he's doing a bang up job.
He did the same thing. We actually went back to parity, and then Junior comes in and destroys it again. But oh well. Okay, so I have 3 big ones left. These are the biggest of the 3 of all the books. So we got Teenage Romances.
Nice.
And this is a Matt Baker cover. Okay, wait. I'm going to be corrected. Okay, the Canadian dollar was at par for 3 years until Diefenbaker devalued the dollar in 1961. Okay, see, So Diefenbaker is another kind of lefty kind of guy. And then, yes, I'm spreading Canadian propaganda. This is a Canadian propaganda channel, by the way. You guys will all have to, you know, become Canadian and love Canada. That's the that's the moral of the story. Then the dollar was equal again in 1964 to 1971, and then floating after the Bretton Woods. Okay, see, we're learning all about the Canadian dollar. Okay,
Well,
but
it's
this
all
is
because it's about it because it's the pricing. It's because what are the and it always was, every book that I remember as a little kid, it was 10 cents, 15 cents in
yeah,
Canada. I mean, they always would say stuff like that. And I thought, what
yeah.
a
So
screw job for the Canadians.
yeah, it was going. So it kind of like the Canadian dollar was all over the place, really. Um, so
Like
yeah,
Nixon. Then Nixon took us off the gold standard too.
yeah. So Bretton Woods, yeah, took us off the gold standard in Canada. I mean, that's a big mistake. But had we stayed on the gold standard, the Canadian dollar would be worth like $10 US or something. Um, but
Dream on, dream on.
dream on. Okay, but cool Matt Baker cover. I thought
Yeah,
it was
very
nice.
cool.
Very
What are
cool.
the captions on there?
What?
What do the captions say?
Okay, let me read it. Forget her, Danny. We told you she was chicken. Right. You won't catch me smooching in a car I don't belong in. I know my way around too well for that.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Don't go smooching in the back of a car, kids. They all, you know what always makes me laugh about Golden Age books? Okay, look at all these people, okay? You look at them all, and they look to me like they're supposed to be teenagers, right? Teenage romances. To me, they look like in their 20s.
Yeah, easily.
They look so much older. And but the funny thing is if you watch old movies, like, from that time period, I think people were more mature. Like the kids actually looked older. It's weird.
They were hammered earlier. They
What?
weren't coddled as much as kids these days. That's one of the things that the baby boomers, that the parents did. The stuff that they didn't have when they were kids, they wanted to compensate for that. And the baby boomers had a lot of that, and a lot of the baby boomers did the same thing for their kids too. And then it fed on itself. And then after the schools got through them, we got
Well, actually in Greece they were actually 45. They were super. It's like these are not high school students. It's like there's a
yeah.
lot of people that make
Olivia
fun of
Newton
us.
John sure looked like she was 14, didn't she? I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
so.
I don't think so. Okay, one more Matt Baker. This is Diary Secrets. It's a low grade, actually.
Yeah.
Um, so this is Matt Baker cover, and just a nice girl in the yellow dress. Again, that trope of the
Well,
girl.
no, but in this one, it's not the same thing because the black hair, the noirette, is saying that she doesn't know what's going on with me. Rather than I wish he was with me. She's already getting it from him, and the blonde doesn't know what she. It's the reverse.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, he hasn't told her he was with me last night. How long can we keep it a secret? Wow. So yeah, it is reversed. That's why it's sort of like she looks like she's clinging on to him. Like the girl in the yellow looks like she's clinging to him, but he's kind of like a little bit pushing her away. You know what I mean? Like just her positioning, her she looks kind of bent away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting cover. Lots of nuance. Okay, now we're at the last one. We're at the very bottom of the pack here. And this is a beautiful LB Cole cover. I love popular teenagers. Great covers in the run.
Really good, and that's LB Cole, isn't it?
Yeah, LB Cole. So this is and actually it doesn't show it, but it is Star Publications. So you have to be careful when you buy these ones because sometimes they're accepted reprints or the accepted ones.
But accepted to me, I think, is that because they were trying to keep themselves afloat, okay, that they would
Yeah.
actually reprint. And I think that they compartmentalized the printing so that
Mhm.
if the accepted went down, then the first version wouldn't, or vice versa.
Yeah. You know,
Although it was the same product. I don't know if anybody ever tested that either legally.
yeah. So the accepted ones go for a little less, though, just so you know. But uh, the weird thing is these are all reprints. They're all reprints,
Yeah,
whether
I
it's
mean, so it's
accepted
a
or not.
reprint of a reprint, right?
Yeah, it's a
It's a
reprint of a reprint.
reprint.
But the only thing that was unique about them was the cover. You know, that it is he would put his own covers on them. But the covers that he created were what caused people to really go crazy for them because they're pretty cool covers. I mean, look at all the stuff going on here. I'm not sure about the perspective though. It looks
No,
like
it's screwy, and the guy's head in the yellow trunks looks like his head's about 30% bigger than everybody else's head on the thing.
yeah, yeah. It's a little the perspective's a little weird, but and it looks like he is pulling her hair. But it's not it looks like it because it's a lobster in his hand. I think he's scaring her with the lobster. Can you see that or
Yeah, it's your typical lobster ploy, crab
yeah.
ploy.
Yeah, you know those lobster ploys. So yeah. I still think it's a cool one. Tony said she'd get the boys to do all the work catching lobsters for our club dinner. And it's working. What a gal. Oh, okay. So she's like this time she's like you know using the other girl to get lobsters. I don't know. It's pretty
Alan,
weird.
isn't it funny that because Cole was known for his bright colors, but so many of those popular teenagers have such dark covers. I mean, in
But
other words, the colors are there, but it just looks like a
it, uh,
darker cover.
but if you see this and you didn't look at if you didn't look at the art style, you just looked at the color, you'd still say it's it's LB Cole. I mean, it's got that kind of really contrasty, bright colors still, like his
Okay.
shorts and. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. It has very LB Cole look to it, just the color wise. But you're right though; they are darker. You're right overall.
Compared to the PCH, which are almost like black light.
Yeah, those are very black light. But those ones, if you think about it, they are black light. They can be very dark covers with like very nuanced things on them. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah,
there's like
true. Yeah,
but okay, so that's it. That's the unboxing. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to you so you can join me again.
you
So
bet.
so that was that was like 30 books by the way. Or more because of all the coverless ones.
Oh,
But
yes.
oh my goodness. I realized oh wait. There's more. Because I was like, oh wait, the book that I asked him to send me wasn't in here. But there's more. You guys want to see the last two? And these were like, oh, okay. So he gave me a bonus one as well. So there's another bonus. So you guys want to see the last two books?
No.
No? Okay. I won't show them then. Okay. So two more books. One sec. I'm gonna go back to solo. This one is really rough. He was gonna throw it away. Like I saved this book from the bin. But that's why I got it for free. But it's a cute book. I love this book.
Ah, I knew that he had that, and you had rescued that from the junk pile.
Yes, yes. So this
I
is
love that
Rusty.
cover. I
Yeah,
have
it's a
it, and
really cute
I
cover.
love that cover.
I mean, you can see that's got major rip right across it,
Yeah,
but it's still such a cute cover. There's only 12 of these on the census. This is from 1947.
I didn't
So,
realize it's that low. That's a Ken Bald cover,
yeah, it's a great one.
or at least her face is Ken Bald. I maybe
Oh,
they
her
had,
legs too. The way
yeah,
the legs
it's
are done.
very very Ken Baldish looking. She really looks it.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last book he threw in, he actually just threw this in as well, is Love Tales. I'm not as familiar with this one, so can't really say much about it. But it says Atlas Love Tales number 46, and that's all I can say. I don't know who did the cover.
And the company, do you know?
Atlas,
Atlas. Okay.
but it's a nice one. it's it's a good cover.
You know, the Atlas and St. John had that same format. And it's interesting that that was the style of in the day because they wanted to tease other stories on the cover, where
Hmm.
they would always be better off if they just had the cover story or whatever the best cover art they had to just run with it. And that's what they should have done. But that's just not the way they wanted to make sure that you saw that there were a lot of, or, what other stories are inside. And then you could look at the cover and we got it.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah,
Blah, blah, blah. They got it
maybe
right.
some story will interest you. Is it the
Mhm.
story about? Uh, was it possible that I was really too pretty for love? That's been a problem that I've always had.
You're too pretty for love?
Yeah, I was always too pretty for love.
You have two kids, don't you?
I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'm just like going by the silly titles here. A true story behind the impersonation of Susan Winters. And then, when a woman is deceived, can love endure?
Wow.
Wow.
That's
You know,
deep.
the funny thing is, it's like the same trope in two of the panel. Like this one's also. Wait, can I zoom in? Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's the same trope again in that one and in this one.
There is a sameness. The thing about St. John comics when
Mhm.
Baker was doing them along with Dana Dutch, who was the writer. Dana Dutch wrote really sordid
Yeah, you
tales.
were telling me. Yeah. I mean, those. I mean, even the covers were really suggestive of something sordid
How
going
many
on.
how many Simon and Kirby romance books do you have, Alan?
I have no idea. So what that would be like timely?
Well, I don't know. Patsy and Hetty, Millie the Model. Those are all of those are all Atlas Marvel.
Yeah, so some of those would be Simon and Kirby, but I'm not sure which ones, right?
Well, well, actually, Simon and Kirby, I don't think they were with Marvel at that point.
Oh,
Um, I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I really don't. I don't know what titles did Simon and Kirby do on romance. I thought they were more adventure based or
Yeah, I
eerie.
always
And
think of Simon and Kirby as being like America and stuff like that.
I think so too.
But
I don't know.
oh yeah, the Rusty cover reminds me of Alfred E.
Yeah,
Neuman.
he's a goofball. Say, Alan,
He,
do you suppose you could show, because we've got all the rest of these people in, if you could
yeah,
show the art from your Kickstarter again that to
sure.
and make a pitch?
Yeah, I can do my art pitch here again. So one sec here, I got all the different pieces. So
And
this
you're
is a
gonna
new.
make me small. I mean, make you big.
Sure, sure. Thank you, by the way. So we got the Dean Yeagle, who not only did Mandy, but now has done Moon Girl. So this is Moon Girl, and
We call it a Mandy cosplay, Alan.
yeah, they call it the Mandy cosplay. So it's a very cute cover. And we're gonna have a secret, not secret, but there's gonna be a variant to this one that's gonna be coming out this week, I think.
So,
Very.
do we get her feet or do we not get her feet in the actual art?
I think we don't get her feet. I don't know. This is the way I'm seeing it. I'm not sure. On the Kickstarter it'll show.
No, it doesn't. It looks like that.
Oh, maybe he's like he's doing his Liefeld impersonation. I don't know. Maybe there's no feet. So no feet. I don't know. That I'm not sure about. So and then we got the Larry Wells. This is Bullet Girl cosplay of Cherry Pop Tart.
Cherry Pop Tart cosplay of Bullet Girl.
Yeah, the other way around. So yes. I think that's really cute. I thought that was really cute. I like the Jaeger better, Jaegel better, but that's my second favorite, that one. And then we got the George Weber, and there's like a risque version of this as well.
Do you have the Do you have the Bill Moss one?
No, I didn't print it out. That's one that I didn't print out. So I only printed out 4. And then we got the Black Cat. So these are colored. If you look at the Kickstarter, they're actually in color. But and those are the ones that I have available in terms of that I printed out. But quickly I'll go through all the characters. So the whole point behind this comic is to really highlight the golden age good, the good girls of the golden age, like the vixens of the golden age. My whole goal is to kind of make them popular again, make people kind of love them as much as I do. So I really want to do some more obscure characters mixed in with some of the more popular characters. So some of the characters that I did were Sunny, and most people are not familiar with Sunny, but this is Sunny. This is one of the best Sunny covers, probably. Is this your favorite Sunny cover? Or?
They're all pretty good. That's probably the best one though.
Yeah, this is the most
I mean, with her
desired one.
scared of the mouse when she's pulling her dress up, that's actually pretty good too.
Yeah, that's cute. It's cute. I gotta give you that. So yes, this is Sunny. And then we have another major, well, this is a more popular character. It is Valkyrie. So there's going to be a Valkyrie, kind of a bit of an homage to this one inside the comic. I've seen it. It's well done. Okay, and then who else is next? Then we got Rula, which I don't have handy. Then we have Black Cat, which I mentioned. Then we have Moon Girl, which I showed. This is Moon Girl.
You didn't print off Miss Fury.
I didn't print off Miss Fury. I'm not made of ink. Okay. So I didn't print half of them. Then we got Sky Girl, which I just got today, what the artwork will look like. We're actually going to do two versions of it. One's more sexy, one is My Little Pony version. You know what's weird about Sky Girl in the Golden Age? She's never on the cover. Did you know that?
She was a backup feature all the way along.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's
in there with Jumbo, and Sheena is the star, not Sky Girl.
I know, but my point is, Sky Girl, if you actually read those Jumbo comics, Sky Girl is really cool. Like,
no argument. You'll get no argument out of me. But
I wish they did a cover with her.
Well,
it would have been a Matt Baker cover. It would have been amazing.
You know what's interesting though is I thought that not JoJo, but Kanga on Jungle.
Yeah.
But they gave it to Tiger Girl at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, Fire Hair, or is it Fire Hair?
Fire Hair. You're talking
Fire Hair, and then who? Where did
That's
Tiger
on Rangers?
Fight?
That's
Fight
Rangers.
was where Tiger Girl was. That's right,
Tiger
Girl.
Yes.
So in those titles, they actually turned it over to the girls, but on Jumbo, it was already a girl, and they just ran with it rather than change the girl.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why.
And by that time, Baker had already gone to St. John at the end.
Yeah, that's true. So Sky Girl kind of ends like abruptly in the Jumbo series. I think in like 102 or something like that. And then Jumbo still went beyond that, but there was no more Sky Girl. And then the next character, my favorite, is Miss Mask. So she'll be in there. Very cool cover done by I forget who did the art for her, but some cool artist did the art for Miss Mask. And then next one is Bullet Girl is going to be in there as well.
Which we already saw.
Yeah, we already saw, but I'm showing the Golden Age version of her.
And Lady
and then the next one is Rio Rita, which is not Rio Rita. It is Senorita Rita. I don't know why.
Senorita Rio.
You know why? It was me that made the mistake. I don't know. I think it was spell checked and it went as Rio Rita. on my thing. So my note here on my own little thing, I messed it up. Oh well. So it's Rita, Senior Rita. Okay, Rio. I mean the other way around. Senior Rita Rio, and she's up there. I'm actually going to pull that down when I do the show with Big B tonight. I'll pull that
Very
down.
good. That's a good plan.
Next one is Lady Luck. And I'll show you guys. Actually, I'll show you your thing. Your thing's easiest to show because it's right in front of me. This is Lady Luck. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm actually going to change the interior of the comic. I'm going to talk to the guy that's doing it, because if you look at the Kickstarter right now, it shows the black cat and then the interior, like the other page. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
Steven?
say again.
It gives like a sample interior of the comics. We're actually going to change it.
I couldn't make it out because I clicked on it to try to make it bigger to actually make sense of it. But when I was doing my ordering, Alan, I was doing it on my cell phone. Because
okay.
you called me under duress that you gotta hurry.
Well, I didn't want you to miss out. I didn't want you to miss out.
Buying strawberries. The Hood strawberries are here,
Mm-hmm.
and I stopped. And right after I landed the strawberries, I then pulled over into the parking lot, and then I spent the next a whole bunch of frustration and stomach and trying to
Well,
get
you're
through.
doing it on your cell phone. That's another disadvantage. But
Yeah.
yes, Sky Girl is always in the sky. She's always ending up in the sky and falling out of the sky or falling out of the sky in an airplane. Just crazy stuff going on with Sky Girl. I actually read all the Sky Girls, by the way, because I really started liking Sky Girl. So yeah, so this is Lady Luck. What I'm planning on doing is right now it's a splash page and then it's like the information page. What I'm thinking of doing is getting this original trade dress on the information page. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that, so I might have to kind of tweak it a bit, but that's the plan. What do you think of that?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so I think that will make a nice little title on the information page where you get the original.
I think that it looked very nice.
But are you allowed to do that? Do you know?
Well, I don't. I think that's. You mean to use the Lady Luck logo?
Yeah, Lady Luck.
Well, I mean that's public domain now. That's defunct. Lady Luck is defunct.
So I can do whatever I want with that. Okay,
sure.
Cool. Oh, awesome. So I'm gonna totally rip off the.
Well, when you remember that, what is it? Is it Arrow's Comics when they do Phantom Lady? They copied the Phantom Lady logo to put on the Adam Hughes cover. They used the Phantom Lady logo, and no one got after them. So.
All right. So I'll try. I'll try. If I get sued, I'll send the bill your way. Okay.
Who is this?
Okay, so the next one is Miss Fury. So we got Miss Fury. Okay.
That's a nice copy of #1, by the way.
I know, it's a quite high grade, actually.
For that book, that is a high grade, and Miss Fury 1 is really, really hard to find. It truly.
You know, it's funny. I really paid up when I did this. You inspired me. You said if you ever see something you don't think you're going to see it again, pay up. So I did. I actually paid. I upped for about a week. I had the highest price that it was ever paid for this book. Okay,
but then in any grade?
No, not in any grade, but in this grade, or like in the in that kind of era, grade range, I should say.
Fiddlechips asks, doesn't Marvel own Lady Luck now? I don't think they do.
No, they don't. They don't. It's Phantom Lady that's owned by DC, if that's something.
Yeah.
But the thing is, yeah. So I paid up on this one.
Excuse me, Kay Munin, yes, Miss Fury does look like Catwoman, but if you look at that's the Catwoman was earlier because she was in Batman #1, but
Batman, no.
Catwoman, I mean, but Miss Fury
Catwoman's was later.
Catwoman, in her costume, but Miss Fury was in the newspapers, but she was in 41, wasn't she?
So this is 1942, right?
Yeah, but I mean the newspapers.
You have the Batman 1. When's Batman 1 from?
Spring of
1940.
40, I think. It was June of 40.
But she didn't appear in costume until 19. Where is it? Oh, it's not behind me. Well, where it is? There it is. One sec here. I'm going to look at something.
But
Just bear with me.
she didn't wear a costume like that. She had the purple and the green
Yeah.
and
She
the
had the
skirt
stupid
and all
hat.
that
She
stuff.
had
And,
the stupid
Pat's got
mask.
it right. She didn't wear the form fitting. Miss Fury was first with that one.
So Miss Fury, okay. So actually, I think Miss Fury is 1941, by the way.
Yes, in comic books, but in the
No,
newspaper.
no. This is her appearance, her first appearance.
Oh yeah,
in
it's
comics.
42. 42,
42.
right.
I think she was in newsprint in 1941.
Correct.
And Catwoman is from 1940. She appeared in mask. She had the silly, stupid cat mask in 1940 as well in Batman 3.
Right.
But she didn't get the cool suit until much later, like way later, like in issue 35. So how many years later would that be? Like 5 years later, 6 years later?
Yeah.
So yeah, so Miss Fury's first. Okay. I don't know if that makes any difference. Okay, next one is Judy of the Jungle.
Alan, the quality comics is where the Spirit and Plastic Man and all those guys were, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Quality comics.
Yeah, Quality Comics.
That was the
Yeah,
company.
so that's for
Police,
like
in
Plastic
Police.
Man, Phantom Lady, all those characters.
So the
Spirit,
question,
yeah.
the question in the chat is,
Okay.
since they got the quality, if they got the quality characters, why didn't they get Lady Luck at the same time with all the other quality characters?
Okay, so Lady Luck is quality as well, right?
Yes, because she was in Smash and then she was in her own title.
Yeah, so
And she was in Spirit sections too, I think, to begin with.
yes, that's right. You're right. You're right about that. I was
So
actually trying to find it first.
yeah, so if DC got all of Quality's characters, why wouldn't they get Lady Luck as well? That is a good question. I do not have the answer to that.
I don't really know. Maybe they didn't go after the rights for it. I don't know.
Bigby wants to make sure you tease your thing with him.
Yes. Okay, so everyone watching, you guys can watch me more of me if you can handle more of me on Bigby's
I don't want to
channel.
handle you at all.
You can handle more of me. At 7:30 Pacific time. Okay, that's 7:30 Pacific time, okay? On Bronze Age Nerd. I'll be there and Automatic Comics will be there. And they're doing like some kind of best coast comics show. So that's 7:30 Pacific or 10:30 Eastern. So if you're in the Eastern time zone like me, it's 10:30 tonight. Will be the show with Bronze Age Nerd. I don't have the link for it.
Automatic will be there too.
Automatic will be there too. So I
Maybe
think
you can get a little bleed through over onto his channel for your Kickstarter.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a pitch to him to say, hey, Automatic, would you mind having me on your channel? So yeah. There's 3 more girls that are in here. Judy of the Jungle, Terror the Pirate Queen, and Princess Panther. Those are the other 3.
Matt says that DC thought they had the rights, but turns out she's public domain because they didn't use her fast enough and someone else started publishing adventures with you, so DC let it be.
That's why. Okay, so what happened was Bill Black started using Phantom Lady, Lady Luck, Liberty, like Liberty Liberty something, Miss Liberty, and a bunch of the characters. Okay, I think a lot of those characters were quality. So what ended up happening is once he started, I guess once he did that, they didn't claim the copyright, and that was in the 70s that he did that. So DC was pretty slow on the ball in terms of getting all the characters.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
Thank
so
you,
I knew a
Matt.
little bit of the history, but I didn't know that part. So I put the two together. Um, but yeah, so that's, I don't know, that's kind of the book a little bit. I will
Very
get
good.
more. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be, hopefully it'll be as
Thank you
exciting.
for holding down the fort, Alan, because on account of I didn't have any books because I didn't bring them down with me. But
Are
I'll
you
have
going to be there all week? Are you going to go back on
I'll be back
Friday?
by Friday. I'll be back for our Friday show with books.
And you're doing some unboxings, I imagine.
I have a few, and I've got a few that are sort of in the pipeline that I will be happy to show that when they when they arrive, and I'll have a little bit of refresh your memory stuff too, because there I have had quite a few of late. I've slowed down tremendously. I actually have, and thank God because I've been buying too much.
Yeah, me too.
But I've
Me too.
I've I've slowed down because I matter of fact, if everybody if they haven't seen my post for that I just did today, is this tomorrow? You don't happen to have your "Is this tomorrow" American close at hand, do you, Alan?
I would have to hunt for it a little bit. I know where it is, but it's still like,
Okay, it's the catechetical. I always have trouble with that catechism guild.
yeah, I can
Anyway,
never say. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
cathetical guild. It's
yes.
an outfit out of Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it was in 1947. And the book has to do with the communist influence and trying to change Americans' way of thinking. And they basically they're pointing out that they're trying to wake Americans up because of a progressive movement within the United States, which is anti-capitalism, anti-religion, very
Hmm.
secular, and also with socialistic setups where, and they would take over industries and charismatic people to then basically then cause friction between the ethnic groups and people of color and everything else. It was a mess. And that's
Hmm.
what they did. And then they projected it onto other people and what have you.
And
But
you think you'll get that by Friday show or the
I don't know
special
if I'll have
edition?
it by then. It's coming from Basement Comics, and I believe they're in Canada also.
Oh, okay, just one
So,
sec. I just want to
but
answer one question from the chat.
oh yeah,
Just okay. Sorry. Um, your Kickstarter is super frustrating. I did an add-on. I'm wondering about canceling my original 99 purchase. So
yeah.
what you have to do, I know it's annoying. You what you do is you edit your order, and then basically it looks like things are getting deleted, but they aren't. Don't worry. Don't worry. What you do is just reconfigure it, and then you can sort out your order. Okay? So that's what you have to do. It's annoying, and then you just add on whatever things you want. So you won't lose if you're one of the lucky people that got the $99 treasure chest thing, you won't lose it. It'll look like you lost it for a second, but you can just click it and you'll get it back again. Okay. I just wanted to answer that. Uh I don't know if it would tally the purchases together. If you have
Jeff,
issue,
Jeffrey, I'm here to tell you all the things that you are trying to do are logical because I tried to do them myself and they won't let you do it. I don't think
it's
it makes any sense at all. Whoever set this thing up should be shot. But it's
it's
what
it's
you do.
not us. It's
It's not.
Kickstarter. It's
This is the
Kickstarter.
framework under which they have to operate. It's the yoke of oppression. And but it is, but it's the outfit that they have to use. It is extremely rigid in how they do it. So when you're making your choices, you have to go and get everything that you want. You can't go back and forth and change it because you have to
Yeah.
back out and come
Well,
back in, and
you
then
can do add-ons later, but
you have to recapture what you already captured before. That's why I'm so hesitant to try to mess with it. K-pop says she's going to show me how to do it, so after I'm done here, I'm going to give her a call and then she's going to walk me through it.
yeah, so just so you know, if anyone, like I'm telling you guys, if you guys have any problems with the orders, reach out to me on Instagram. I will help you as any way I can, even if I have to get on a call with you and do whatever. Ultimately, um, I'm actually ordering for myself 3 copies of everything. Okay. If I have to give up my own copy to make somebody happy, I will do so.
Matt says that you're at 4,499 US dollars at this point.
Okay, not bad. Getting there. That's halfway to where I need to go. Almost.
No, Jeff, I
Um,
didn't want to cancel either, and I didn't. I've got duplicates now, but I'll find out if I can actually do it where you hit edit and then you go over and then you can do it. I don't know.
yeah.
There's actually there's a helpline that I clicked on, and this gal named Monica sent me a message saying it's very easy to do it. And I'm so concerned about losing what I already have in hand. I don't want to mess with it. And I'm gonna grudgingly, K-pop knows her business. So Katie knows her.
Yeah.
So I will try
So
that. But
so Jeffrey, reach out
it's
to me
a
and
bird.
I'll
It
help you
really
if
is
I
a
if you need.
bird.
Yeah, I know it's I wish it wasn't like this, but I wanted to make it as easy as possible, believe it or not. I did tell my my partner in the thing to make everything done as an add-on. So you can, if you've made a pledge, you can just add on and it won't mess up your order. So it should be easier in the future. Um, so I apologize for that. I really do. Um, I think you're safe with your two separate orders. I really do think you're safe. But I can check it. I have I can go in and check the records and make sure that you're safe, okay?
Well,
So Jeffrey,
thanks for coming on to the Kickstarter, because it's gonna. Alan wrote the thing. He's got all these different artists, and I over the year, he was telling me about how he was sweating the details on the art and having them redo it, and then the other guys, then they have
I have to redo it so many times
problems
actually.
and back forth and up down all around. I said, my God, it's going to give you an ulcer.
Yeah.
But the fact is, now it is done, and in July, assuming the river don't rise, why we should be in business. And I'm looking for. By the way, speaking of the river don't rise, just
Hmm.
as a matter of interest, here in Seaside, I'm in a place called the Cove, and right behind me is a riparian zone, which is it's not a swamp, but it's sort of a swamp. The water runs. It's not. It is still water. It runs.
Hmm.
But there's this thing called Muddy Creek that runs down from the top of uh, um, uh, Tillamook Head, which is between us and Cannon Beach. And as the water runs down, it is a perfect habitat for beaver.
Okay.
And so we have a family of beaver in the riparian zone in the back. And there is a drain that actually is in this side, this pond, if you will, that then flows into the next one, that flows in then into the next one. And then it finally all merges into the Nicanicum River. All of these are Indian names, into the Nicanicum River. And then that rolls right through Seaside and then comes out north up past where the old high school was, right on the outskirts of Seaside. So what happened was we had the city of Seaside out here because the dam, the beavers came down and they could see where the water was going through this 4-inch pipe going that drains into the next pond later down the way.
Hmm.
And they said, okay, we know what to do with this. So they dammed it. And then all the water backed up so that
Okay.
they could build their, they built their dam,
Build their little
their
dams. Yeah,
amounts
yeah.
and stuff. And so we have live beaver, and the thing is now in Oregon, because we are about as touchy feely an outfit as you would ever know, if that's possible. And what they are doing is they are protected, so no one can mess with them.
Oh
So
no.
the
What are you
beavers
gonna do?
the beavers get to do what they want to do, and if they want to dam it up again, they will. But that means that what happens is then these guys come by a couple times a week from the city, and if the beavers have come down and dammed it up in the nighttime when no one's watching them, then they come down and they clear the whole thing out. And we saw this whole big pile of debris off to one side and then the guys drove up. It was really funny, but we have live beaver here and deer
Mhm.
and elk and eagles
Well,
and
I
all.
see beaver all the time, believe it or not. So,
What's that?
I see beaver like I was like driving like in the middle of like a little like not a little town, maybe a couple 100,000 people in the town, and there's beaver like just hanging out, chilling in this like little clearing.
This is in Canada.
Yeah, this is in Canada. We have a lot of
Interesting.
beaver here. Yeah.
Um,
Um,
the beaver
just
is your
wait, just
national. The beaver is your national animal, but it
yeah, it
also
is.
the beaver is also the state of New York's, it was called the Beaver State. Now it's the Empire State, but the Beaver
Hmm.
State. But Oregon is the Beaver State, and Oregon is one of the few state flags in the Union that has the Union crest on one side because it was slave. We came in 1859, and
Hmm.
that was just before the Civil War, and that's when the states would come in. One would come in slave, one would come in free.
Oh, okay.
Oregon came in as a free state, and so our crest is the Union. And then on the back of it is the beaver. We have a beaver on the back. We have an image on
Yeah,
both
the
sides of
double
our state
flag.
flag.
Okay, interesting. I was expecting sea monkeys, but okay. Um,
Sea monkeys were trademarked and they couldn't use them in 1859.
okay, so Jeffrey, I will definitely check your order, so don't worry. If you can you reach out to me on Instagram and just connect with me on Instagram, and I'll see what I can do for you. Okay. Um, and then let me just, yeah, this, I think it's pretty awesome. It looks pretty cool. It looks like it has that kind of like, spy thriller kind of element to it. I thought that was pretty well done. Um, Hilarious about the, yes, we have our wonderful beaver too. Um, Great unboxing, Alan. Great to see you, Stephen. I see beavers in my change on 5 cents. That's right. We have the beavers on our nickel. Do you guys call it 5 cent nickels?
Yes, we call them nickels.
Okay,
And
yeah. So
remember when Matt was saying, I was going to tell Matt this and I forgot to tell him. The reason they use nickel to make nickels is because it is a remarkably hard metal. And
mhm.
so when you are stamping, the die is stamping on nickels rather than on silver coin or sandwich coins. Nickel is hard as hell. And that's why the dies on nickels have to be changed. We had what is known as the buffalo head nickel or buffalo
Yes,
nickel, which
yes,
has
I
the
know that one.
unicorn
Yeah,
on one side and the buffalo on the other.
I have a few of those in my collection. Yeah,
And in 1938, what they did was they didn't change the die. So the
you got the
buffalo,
three-legged buffalo
it's
one.
a three-legged buffalo because the die was damaged. So all it is, the buffalo is sitting on three legs. I
Yeah,
actually have that point,
I have that
um,
coin as
but
well.
nickels, that's the reason why that when you talk about the dies, that the detail isn't there. It's very expensive to do those dies, and nickel is hard. That's the reason why.
Right, very cool. Little piece of history. Um,
See you, Andreas.
oh yes, Canada doesn't have a nickel anymore. I forget what it's made out of. It's like, it's not nickel anymore. It's like they keep on changing
Aluminum.
their. It's probably aluminum or some.
I went to the Denver Mint, and
Mhm.
this was years ago. I was driving back across the country after I graduated from high school with my sister Corinne, who was
Mhm.
back, and we stopped in Denver. And we went to the Denver Mint, and we watched them. They were coining dimes then, and this would have
So
been
our
19.
nickel is steel, by the way. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, they were stamping out dimes, and they had this. There were 8 different rows, and the dimes were coming down these conveyor belts from when they were stamped. And then there was a little tray, heavy lights with big magnifying glasses, and these workers were turning these coins over. And then
Mhm.
on the tray, if there was a cull, they would take those and put them over there in the tray. And of course, all the ones that are blems are very, very valuable, but they don't let them out, right? So
Mhm.
they're going like this, and we're watching this, and they're these huge magnifying glasses watching. It was fascinating to watch the thing as it worked.
Sure.
Anyway, so then he says, and now in this room we're also the Denver Mint will coin for other countries, and this is for Bolivia. That we are printing out coins for Bolivia in this room, and what it was a conveyor belt with coins falling onto the floor, and there
Okay.
was no ring or jingle or of any sort. It was light, kind of looked like a light alloy
Aluminum
coin
something.
of
Yeah, yeah,
some.
yeah.
It was light alloy, and they were, when they were taking care of the dimes, they were very careful on how they did. They didn't scratch them or anything. They were very careful. There were two guys. One guy had a big bag, a linen bag, and the other guy had a snow shovel, and he was taking the snow shovel and dumping just digging these coins and dumping them into the bag
Wow.
with Bolivia.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was this. I said, God, what a what a difference, you know. They said, this is what kind of quality control would you like for Bolivians? Is just make them as cheap as you can and send them. And that's what they were
That's
doing.
what I guess what they get. I mean,
That's what
so
they got.
finding like a MS 64 Bolivian coin of
Bolivar,
actually
yeah, the Bolivar. Boy, it's hard to get a high grade Bolivar these days.
it's like got shovel marks on it.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up for now.
Okay. All right.
But stay tuned because I will do like secret announcements throughout the week if something drops. If something drops, like where it's on my Kickstarter and there's like some secret variant, I will give you guys the heads up so you guys get the bonus of knowing first.
Fair enough.
And on Friday we will be. I have actually a cool unboxing that's coming on Friday.
Oh, cool. Good night,
I
Lyle.
Yeah, so I picked up some cool books that are on their way from Canada to Canada. So yeah, some pretty cool ones. Um,
Thanks,
so
man.
yeah, some pretty
Thanks for
great
that, Seth.
pre-code horror stuff is coming my way. So I'm gonna show that on Friday as well.
Say good night, Alan.
Say goodnight, Alan. Good night, Alan. Bye for now, guys.